Biden, Trump, externalities, and discount rates. Oh my! When an electric business operates a coal or natural gas-fired power station, greenhouse gases are released, but the corporation is not responsible for the consequences. Instead, the costs are reflected in the billions of dollars spent each year to combat the effects of climate change, such as fighting wildfires and safeguarding communities from flooding, as well as growing insurance premiums. This is referred to as a negative externality by economists. It is a societal cost that is not covered by the price people pay for fossil fuels and other greenhouse gas emitting industries, such as agriculture. Federal authorities employ what's known as a social cost of carbon to try to account for some of the damage. The social cost of carbon, which is a dollar amount per ton of CO2 released, is factored into the costs and benefits of proposed regulations and purchasing decisions, such as whether the Postal Service should buy electric or gasoline-powered trucks, or where to set emissions standards for coal-fired power plants. This additional societal cost affects both the estimates of the costs and benefits of regulations and can tip the scales one way or the other. The social cost of carbon dioxide had been reduced by the Trump administration to between $1 and $7 per metric ton of CO2, low enough to justify pulling down EPA limits on power plant emissions and vehicle fuel efficiency. One of Biden's first attacks as president was to overturn the Trump administration's approach to determining the social cost of carbon. By setting an interim societal cost of $51 per metric ton of carbon dioxide that would climb over time, the Biden administration returned it to the Obama-era level, adjusted for inflation. The Trump administration's estimate was lower for two reasons: it only took into consideration climate harm within U.S. borders, and the administration selected a discount rate of 7%, more than double the 3% used by Obama and Biden, to put a lower value on future costs. Economists employ various rates to discount future values of costs and benefits to determine their present value. A high discount rate suggests that we place a lower value on future damages. Other methods of accounting for the cost of climate change exist. A carbon tax is easier and more effective, but it is more difficult to implement because it necessitates congressional action. People would be discouraged from burning fossil fuels if they were taxed for the harm their emissions create, the negative externality. Carbon taxes and caps would reduce emissions, but they are unpopular with voters and Congress because they raise prices. Without legislation, a social cost of carbon is easier to impose and alter through regulatory review. It gives the government the freedom to handle climate change through regular policy making, but it can also be amended by future administrations. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. It helps others find our content. And please visit econobits.com for a list of resources and references.